All right, and welcome to another beautiful evening, night, wherever you are. It might be morning. Another beautiful moment in the city of Baltimore. You are now watching XCY. I'm TN.
And T. Ayoka Price.
Hi, Ayoka.
Hey.
48. What? No, not even
Oh
40.
no, I wish.
24
Oh,
hours to
please
your
take me
birthday.
back.
Hey,
How
24
many?
hours to your
24?
birthday. Well, I'm just going to say 20.
Oh yeah, because you might as well say consider. Yes, nine. A star was
Your
born.
birthday. So wait a minute. Wait. Before
Mhm.
we actually get into all of that, because I'm excited, we do have a special guest with us this evening. We are going to introduce him shortly. We got to get into some preliminary stuff, and then we're going to get into all of that. All right. All right.
Mhm.
We want to thank everybody for checking us out. Remember, you can follow us on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, our Snapchat, and our Periscope at XTY.
We YouTube. Did you get that?
I was about to go into it
Oh,
too.
okay. Okay.
You're
I'm
just so
sitting
feisty. You
patiently.
is just so feisty because it's about to be
It's
your birthday. So,
my
wow. Right.
birthday.
So remember, follow us on our YouTube page. Make sure that you also hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all follow us there because I mean the other parts of social media matters. We trying to get that dog. So make sure y'all follow us on our YouTube page at XTY. Um, we got some events. Well, we got what? A couple events that are happening. The first one is Wednesday is actually
Oh,
birthday. Is Ayoka's birthday. Yeah, that's a big event. See,
I
I want
was like, what event we got going on that I'm missing?
your
Yes.
birthday, sis. It's your birthday on Wednesday. So make sure that if you follow her on social media, shout her out a happy birthday.
Send me a cash app,
Ching
PayPal,
ching ching ching.
ching
And she does
ching,
like
Zelle
she likes seafood, she likes wine, long walks,
in the park.
in the moon and all that kind of stuff. So make sure y'all follow, make sure y'all hit us up. And also, what is the other event that we have coming up to that we are actually doing like a pop up? We haven't done one
Oh
in
yeah, we haven't done one in so long.
forever.
Mm. We are doing a pop up. We are looking to hire. It's like we ain't hiring nobody. We doing this for free
Not having nobody.
without
We want to
cameras.
pay them.
I'm like, we need a videographer because all our videographers
That's right. You're gone.
they just going. So
Me
we
off
need
at
we
ATL, living it
need
up.
yes, we need an assistant to help us out on 9/27 so we can go live at the Housewives of Baltimore's nail salon grand opening. That's
Hey,
gonna be
lady.
yes, super super
Yeah,
dope, super
yeah.
dope. We're so proud of Lady T. She's doing the damn thing and she wants to celebrate because COVID has really like put a damper on the opening. And now that they're up and moving, she has a full salon of nail techs. And
Yes.
congratulations to her as well because she is now a licensed nail technician, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
sis. Yes.
Yes, yes. So more power to our Black entrepreneurs, our Black powerful queens out here doing the damn thing in the DMV. So if you want to come through, it's from 1 to 4 p.m.
On
Check out
September
ticker because I'm
27th.
about to put the ticker on right now. It's right there at the bottom of the stream. And it gives you all the details where it's going to be at from 1 to 4 p.m. Make sure you book an appointment to get your nails done, get your feet done. They're taking appointments from what, 9 to 6 p.m.?
From 9 to 6
And
evening.
yes,
1
it
to
is a
4.
grand opening. So yeah, you still got to pay your money. Pay your money, sis.
For your
And
mani,
don't
and
complain.
for your feelings and for your full step. But you are doing
Exactly.
good service. The one thing I will, you are
Hmm.
some extra service. I went on Sunday and I got a pedicure. I got it done by Yaya. It was really good. Like it was very, 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 very professional. It was a very good atmosphere. Like it wasn't hood. It wasn't like any of that. Like it was
That's
nice.
good.
And then it was chill. They were playing music. I had me a glass of sangria. I started sweating a little bit because I think I was were from y'all
Drinking the sangria.
yeah, from the night before for your birthday. So they offered me a fan because they probably thought that I might have had COVID because I was in there. And I was like, "No, I just need to.
I'm flashing.
I don't have a fever. I don't have a fever. I'm just a little bit hot. But it was really nice. So make sure that y'all.
Oh yeah, and it is an outside event now that she mentioned that.
Yeah, it is an
Yeah.
outside event, so just make sure. And they are offering drinks, but you do have to register. So make sure
If I'm
that
not mistaken, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You do have to register. I was like, wait a minute, is it Paula Campbell hosting this event?
Paula Campbell's hosting that event. So this is going to be a dope event. It's going to be really nice. I'm excited.
And register for your liquor, right?
And register for your liquor. She put it up on the event link. Make sure that you register for your drinks. Even though it is free, you still have to register. Probably just so that they can make sure that they have enough. Well, I don't really know why. I mean, I'm just kind of... But either way, make sure that you register and...
That's it.
Yeah,
you know, we registered. We always got the red cups on deck.
I mean,
I got my XTY cup today.
I don't know if we should have it for this. Yeah, I don't know if we should have it for this show though. So we're gonna get into our special guest. I don't really know if we should have it. But
I'm gonna be your first client, Gilbert.
Right, I feel so inappropriate right now because we have a credentialed alcohol and substance abuse counselor with us who is also a socialpreneur. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, socialpreneur.
Socialpreneur, yeah.
A socialpreneur. We have Mr. Gilbert Bell is in the building with us this evening. We got a lot to talk about because I think one of the things that you do is you help people find their platforms like online and be able to have their voice and just sort of speak up for like how they feel and things like that, right?
Right.
I explain that right because I want to make sure that I'm saying it right.
Yeah, you are. You saying it perfectly. Yeah,
oh,
and that's what I was just thinking because when I was reading his bio and I'm like, okay, I see that he's now look, I'm about to be like, am I saying this right? A philanthropist. I think I got that out right. Okay, so and if I felt so connected to it because it's like, okay, he helps, he likes to, I felt connected to it. I'm about to go in, right? I'm about to go in because he cares about the community. Like he's all about helping people in the world, helping people to shine, like shine a light. And I'm like,
you wait a minute.
I was like, God damn it, he's a light worker. He's a light worker.
I was sitting here like she's about to find some way. About the solar and earth and everything else, and I just noticed the way to go. That's why I was like, "Oh boy, yeah."
Clap.
All of those. Before we actually get into that, can we do one XTY question? We haven't done one. Like I think we did one the last show, but we don't always do them. The question it's actually a pretty good one. Now with the XTY segment, for those that may not know, you send us in an advice issue and we try to answer it the best of our ability. The good part is that, we have a male on the show that can kind of find like some sort of a middle ground because me and T can be a little biased. Well, I could be biased and T is usually the more level-headed one. Mm-hmm. And then depending upon what the question is, she kind of thought. So if you do have a question and you want to send it in, you can text it to 410-999-8937, or you can send it to the XTY at gmail.com address.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, wait a minute, you trying to remember the number six.
Yeah. So the question for this evening. How do you know that you have been in a situation long enough and that it's time to move into a relationship? That's what the question was. It was
shit.
It was very simple.
I can't answer that question.
I mean, you can't. Well, I would just say it depends on the situation.
Right.
What the situation consists of. Right. Mm-hmm. And the two people that are involved.
Exactly.
Both people can agree that we should move, past this, then you move there.
Yeah.
If you are not agreeing and you're tired of being in a situation, then
you move forward.
That should be the ending of it. That's what I feel. I don't think that there is a certain. I don't think
you should put a time limit on it. Mm-mm. It's like you should let it flow naturally, and two people have to be in alignment. So it can't be just one person wants the relationship and the other person doesn't. And it kind of complicates things because when you get put in that situation where the other person doesn't want the relationship, but you're kind of ready to grow and move forward because you've been doing this thing for a minute, where do you go from there? It's hard to really pick up and continue on the friendship journey in that capacity when you know that both people don't have the same
Yeah.
things in common. And it's really hard, but it's like one of those things where you like, I don't want to force it. I can't force it. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable because you want it to flow naturally. But I do understand when people want what they want, and you know, it is what it is. It's like it's no hard feelings. And if you're going to stay stagnant and stuck, I want to continue to grow. I don't want to keep doing this. I'm not going to be doing this for the next 4 years. So I don't know about you, but then when you say that, it's almost putting an ultimatum out there. And it's like, either you're going to catch up or I'm going to leave you. And most likely, most people, depending, might still try to just be there because, you know, they might still genuinely care for this person. They're just not ready to take that next step.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I was going to say, you know, I don't really like to put a time frame on things because for some people, I mean, I've been in a situation before, like in my past life, you know, before I became saved, where you know, I was dealing with somebody for more than a year or two. You know what I mean? And we were just dealing with each other, like we weren't in a relationship. We weren't. That wasn't my partner. That was just somebody that I was kind of dealing with, and it never got to the point where we had a title, but was what it was. And when I got tired, and I walked away. So it depends on the person.
Right.
Concerned. What do you think, Mr.
I think
coming to my man's point.
Right.
I think you both got like valid points as far as like, you know, it depends on the situation. It depends on you know, what was the dynamics behind it. One thing, and I used to tell my peoples this all the time, you know, when they be having girl troubles, I'd be like, you have girl troubles because you keep lying. Like you lying to these females, you know.
Oh,
Put them on blast.
This must be because the summer coming to an end. We've been waiting for. Finally, a man on here.
That's speaking truth.
Say it. Thank you. You can finish. Because see, usually y'all have a bunch of sheep, but that's not us. Go ahead. Finish saying what you're saying.
No, reality is reality. And if like when you get into something with somebody, right, and you put it on the table, like this is what I want, this is what I expect, you know, this is what it's gonna be. One, you give a person a choice to say yes or no, I want that too. And that's all people want is a choice. So and me, you know, me and the young lady dealing with each other, and this is what it was in the beginning, and now she want to move forward. It's my choice to say yes or no. But she needs to say something, or if it's vice versa, I'm gonna say something too. Like, you know, I want to move forward because it's not an ultimatum. Like we all need to be happy. If you're not gonna move forward and make me happy, then you know, that gives me the right to move on.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
No.
I love that. And he's speaking some extra. And I think that, you know, a lot of you men out here should probably, you know, watch.
Stop lying. Be honest with your intentions.
I got more or better feedback when I'm honest about whatever's going on in my life. Because like I said, people just want a choice, like be able to say yes or no. And once you commit your answer, then it is what it is. Like I'm not mad at you, you know, or okay, whatever.
It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, what else can you do at that point? It's like you're going to accept it or you're not, or you're going to continue to stay in that situation or you're not. So, yeah, I mean, I think we just put so much emphasis on relationships and time limits and thinking that things are supposed to go a certain way because society says, oh, yeah, you've been dealing with this person for 4 years. Y'all should be in a relationship.
You should have a ring. You should
exactly. Y'all should be engaged or you should be getting married. And it don't work like that. It don't work like that. And I'm learning like the connection has to be genuine and you have to be, it to me, it's like, it's all about partnership. It's all about being in alignment with yourself first out of all things. Like you can't make me happy. Like only I can do that. I can only do that. So I'm not going to be looking for you for that. So when it comes time for us to really come together, we can do that because we already know how to be satisfied within ourselves.
Exactly.
And
that was a good one.
People only try to jump into these relationships like this because of what? It's like they're trying to find happiness, security, all of that stuff. They're trying to look for that within this other person. And that's why you feel like you need to have that person as your man or your woman because you think that's what's going to make you feel safe in that relationship. It's like, it's about ownership. And no, this is not what it's about. Even when it comes down to marriage, that's how people look at it. And it's just not like that. I got so many different views. That's why I'm like, girl, we probably would have to have a whole nother show about this.
Yeah, because this is what it's turned into at this point. You see my face, I was like,
I want you women and I want you men to
question we should have went on about.
Stop it.
Yeah. Stop what?
Stop it. Just stop worrying about all of these logistics about where a relationship should go, and just be happy in the moment and with what you got. Just be and when it come together. Like when that dude is ready, he gonna come. He gonna come. And then you saying something about it gonna make it happen even faster.
Right. And
because you are still single, sis.
Thank you. Yeah. Just whatever you do because of COVID, just do it safely.
Just protect yourself. Don't put your eggs in one basket.
You don't know if they social distancing or if they're just going out here willy nilly. Sometimes it's just not worth it. You should just single and lonely for a while. It's better to be single and lonely than be dead. So you should probably just wait, and then you can get back out there next year.
It's safe ways to mingle during COVID.
It is. All right. It is. All right, so we're going to get into this show for today. Mr. Bell is in the building, Mr. Gilbert Bell. You got a lot going on. You have a few podcasts that are jumping off. I don't want to say them wrong. So you have the Gilbert M. Bell Live show. Check that out on Facebook. You have a podcast on Anchor, the
biopsychosocial.
I said
there
that right.
Go. Hey.
They can find it on Anchor. And then you have another one, the Live Boss Brand. They can check it out on Live in the Store. So you got a lot going on. So I guess sort of tell us about yourself, because I don't even know where to start at because you got a lot going on.
Right. All right. So you want me to start with the now or the before?
Bring us up. Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Okay. So a lot of this information you could definitely hear on the first episode of my podcast, but just to give a short, briefing.
Oh man.
Wow. What's wrong?
See?
What's wrong?
We froze.
No, we're not.
Oh, okay. I was froze.
Oh.
What is going on? Like everybody's gone. Okay.
Okay. I was like, did something happen and you in shock? We were both like, I don't know why I had picked my phone up and everything. Like,
if it happens again, y'all know why.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm a ex-felon. I did 4.5 years in jail. I went in on my when I was 19, right before I was about to turn 20. Came out when I think I was like 25. And I was chilling. I did what I had to do, and I did. I had parole. I got off of parole, and I caught another charge. So I was facing 2 years, and I had to make a decision. Like, me, my street mentality, I wanted to fight the case, whatever. My children's mother, she was like, no, they offering the program. Why don't you do the program? So the program was a better option because it allowed me to still be in the world and able to come home and see my family. So I did the program. Yeah, I did the program. I did it kicking and screaming because it wasn't for me. I never felt like I had an issue with. This is a drug program. I never felt like I had an issue with drugs because I wasn't even doing drugs at the time. I ain't smoke bud, I ain't do none of that. But I had to go in order to get around this situation. But it ain't never where you want to be is where you need to be. So, my first, I want to say a couple of months, 6 months, I don't know. I'm not listening. I don't care. I'm still doing me. But I'm still taking care of my family from the inside. Um, one day I woke up, I went into what they call the day room, and there was a book on the table. And the book was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon
Oh
Hill.
yeah.
So, I see the title, I'm automatically thinking like, oh, I'm about to get this money. Yeah, what I'm saying? But that book opened my eyes. Like it really helped me to develop a different way of thinking and how to set goals and how to, be specific about my goals. And, I didn't get it right away because I got in trouble in the program. And in the program, they give you contracts. Contracts is you lose your privileges. So when I got my contract, I got a contract for what I was using to take care of my family, where I would sell candy. So I went to the females floor to sell candy and I got caught. And I was mad that, damn, like, I get in trouble for selling candy. Yeah, like,
selling candy. What?
It was, that business was so lucrative. You don't even understand. I felt like I was in the trap again. But it provided a lot of income so I could send home. But the point is that, when I got caught and I caught this next consequence, I was sitting in my bed like, I can't keep doing this. Like every time you do something, you try to provide for yourself and your family, you keep getting in trouble. So somebody told me about staff and training, and they's like, yo, why don't you do staff and training? They got these different training programs. So they told me like they had CDL learning, driving the trucks. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I don't even like driving. So I was fooling myself, And then they was like, well, they got staff and training where the program that I was in, they would send you to school, get you certified, pay you, and eventually hire you.
Mm-hmm.
The light bulb went off. Oh, perfect. I get because I knew that once I finished the program, my felony would be wiped away. I would walk into a job and now I could help take care of my family. So this was the perfect setup. And it just, once that happened, like it was no turning back. Like I've been in the game like 10, 11 years now and just blowing, just going.
That's good.
So how do you actually, because I see you're a socialpreneur, and like the definition of a socialpreneur is pretty much what, like you're bringing community values or helping to uplift the community and the people in the community, and to also making ways of making money financially. Like,
right.
Okay, because when I hear about what was the last thing that we said? It was called what was it called? The boss something?
The boss brand.
The Live Boss.
I think I said a lot. Yeah.
Got it. What is that? Is that a clothing line or?
That's the clothing line. This is the logo right here. That's one of my shirts right there. The Live Boss is basically like one thing, I got a 9 to 5, and it's funny. I just came out of supervision, and I told my supervisor, who's an excellent person, excellent social worker, I told her like I hate working for people, and that's not my end goal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So one thing, so I did majority of my career with young adults, 18 to 24, and I loved that. That was like them boys, and that was males. So them boys, but they keep you young, and they got so many ideas, and they got so much potential. But the one thing that used to just hurt my heart is like they used to really believe that the only way to get rich was selling drugs.
Right.
Because that's all that a lot of them know.
That's what they're
anything else.
That's all they know, and that's all they influenced by. So it's like I understand that, right? I understand the environment you come from. I understand those role models that's in your face, but it's other ways. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I want to be that model. The role is the person's choice. Like, I'm not a role model because that's your choice to make me that.
Right.
I just want to be a model so I could show you, like, look, I ain't grinding, but I got this, I got that, I got that, right? Like, and it's so simple, especially 2020, as bad as this year is, like, this is the golden opportunity to really put yourself in a position to where you ain't got to ask nobody for no job.
Right. So do you find
Yeah.
that this concept, is it a good remedy to actually helping the community problems that I know, because you're from New York, I don't know what part you're from, and I know here in Baltimore, like it's just off the hook for no reason.
For no reason,
For
like,
no fucking reason. Like
like
what
there,
are we doing?
there are literal times that I just see stuff and I be like, it's just no reason why this happened. Like, I don't care what your circumstances are. The crime rate and the murder rate in Baltimore is so high, and I don't know what a lot of the reasons are because
Right.
I'm not out there in it. But from what you hear on the news and just from when you hear people talk, a good amount of it is either drug related, gang, or just some other stuff. And sitting there like, yo, it's so many other things that you could do and be okay. This is just leading you nowhere. Like, you just wonder, like, what are y'all doing? Like what exactly are you doing? 'Cause
Right. And it's like
ain't getting you anywhere.
and it's like, okay, is it systematic? Like, oh, what's happening? Is it oppression? What's going on that's causing our people to be so self-destructive? And through your programs, that's what I'm trying to see is like, so through your programs, are you also creating outlets for them to be creative, for them to be able to express themselves in way to increase, you understand what it is that they want to do?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And so yes, that's definitely the goal, is to create or point them in the right direction. And with sisters like yourself, like, you don't know how much I appreciate tonight, because you offer, a platform for me to voice this and be able to get people to come this way. So I also have a question and then a statement. Now, as a counselor, do you think I can help everybody?
That's a good vision statement.
It is.
Because your vision statement is going to be extremely broad. I want to help everybody. I want to help the whole world.
But do you think I can?
I think it's, I'm not.
I think everybody that you come and encounter with, you plant seeds.
Yeah.
Right. So
you think everybody who came into my office with a substance abuse problem, I was able to help them stop using drugs?
No, no. I don't believe that for a minute.
Okay.
I don't think that you were able. I don't know what your number. I don't know what your
success rate is.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know what your success stories are, but yeah, your success rate is. You know that sometimes a person's demons and whatever battle they are fighting is greater than what they may put in front of us. You know what I mean? But I do believe that even if they walked away and they used again, it like whatever you told them went out of the window.
But he still planted the seed, so isn't it still like helping?
Yeah. Because I believe that every time that they may use after that, something that you may have said is stuck in their brain. You know what I mean? And it may send them on a guilt trip. Or it may send them in some sort of thing where they feel bad about what they're doing, but their addiction is bigger than you. And it takes a certain person to be able to kick that. You know what I mean? So that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong.
No, you're right. And that's why I never wanted to. I'm just saying, because I never wanted to be a substance abuse counselor because of that one fact that she said. And it's like, to me, having substance abuse problems is more deeply rooted than really just like the average counseling or this and that. It's like you have to get into the root of the problems, which usually stem back, which in most cases, to childhood, you know what I'm saying, different traumas, and figure out what it is that's causing you. And that's a lot of work. Yeah, that's a lot of work. So I definitely understand, like, not every person that you encounter you're going to be able to save, because their issues go deep.
So how do you think that plays on my mental, that I can't help everybody?
To you, right? So okay, so this is what I need to have a question about. Where's going. Because right now, I feel like we being interviewed. And I
Look.
don't know what we said, and you said here, and
Look, I'm ready. I am an alcohol and substance abuse teacher, professor, and I got a glass of wine.
But I'm not. And for some reason, it just dawned on me that we're answering like interview questions. Taking a test.
But
no, I'm nice at what I do. I'm sorry. I'm nice. It comes out naturally.
And he's a host. And he's a host. We love it. We love it. Come on, bring it, because you're making us think.
Look at this kid. Look. I'm pointing to you. He just took over real quick, see?
We was like, wait.
We were thinking like, I was like,
I didn't write that. I didn't think about that question.
And this is the process. This is the process to help people to get to change.
See, we were sitting here answering interview questions. We're not interviews. No. I want you to finish because you're absolutely right. No, finish saying what you were saying.
I mean, it's needed. Yeah.
No, I'm joking though.
This is the how you get the change process going, because sometimes you have to ask the questions to get people to look at things in a different perspective, right?
No, I get it.
Right. So like I already know, and trust and believe, when I came in the game, I was gun-ho, and most helpers, that's how they are. They so excited about helping everybody, and then the reality is that you cannot help everybody. People are going to change when they are ready to change. You can be a part of that process. You could spark something. You could plant that seed that helps them get them moving, but you better expect that they could smile and do all and say everything that you want to hear. As soon as they walk out the door, they're going to do whatever they want to do. Right. So I'm not responsible. This is the statement I want to make. I'm not responsible for the outcome, only the effort. So if I put up a platform to help individuals improve their life or think differently, I can't, or I'm not going to be responsible if you take the information and use it or not. That's on you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just like you guys give relationship information or relationship information and tips and all of that, like it's on the person to really say, okay, yeah, that's a different way of looking at it.
Right.
Let me try to do that. But other than that, you're just the agent of change. That's what.
Yeah, about to say you're a change agent. So you provide the tools. I'm giving you the advice. I'm planting the seed. What you do from there is up to you, because everyone has free will.
Right.
And you have to make a choice.
And then when you come back, when you decide that that's what you want to do, now we help each other, because that's what this is about. We have to learn to pull each other up like that. All right, you ready now? Okay, this is the next step. And we keep going like that. Like, go ahead, Tian. I see.
No. It's that's not a bad thing. Actually, I was just going to say, I really do commend you on that job. My father dealt with addiction all the way up until the day that he died. My father was addicted to alcohol, but when I didn't even know, so I didn't find out until I was older that he would pick me up from school drunk and just like, I didn't know, because I was just completely like, I just didn't know. And then once it was brought to my attention, that's when I would flash back to being in a car and he would have a 40 like sitting in his lap, and you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't know that, but my father passed away due to cerebral hemorrhaging, but he hit his head because he was drunk, and he bled out in his house. That addiction, it started very, very gradual. And then it got to the point where he ended up just hitting like rock bottom, you know what I mean? And no matter how many times, like, I remember like having conversations with him about like how much I did love him and we wanted him here. He would be sober. He would be sober to a point where he would understand it and he would comprehend it. But his demons were so much bigger than his love for us that he just couldn't shake it, and he couldn't like he really couldn't kick it. You know what I mean? And I guess I'm just saying that because that's the reason why I said you can't help everybody.
Right.
You know? But I do know when he would be in his drunken state, like he would say, I know I shouldn't be like this, and I know that I should love you and your sister more, and I'm better than this. Like some parts of what we would tell him would actually be there, but he just couldn't kick it. You know, so I really do commend you on that job because anybody
Addiction is
able to reach is really, really a good thing because I know that that's a hard job. Like I would probably be pulling my hair out crying.
And it's so many people.
Everybody.
It's so many people though that suffer from addictions and don't even, you understand, like
address it.
It's not even like you said, it's alcohol addictions, it's from substance abuse, from food, from sex.
Love, with sex.
We all are suffering from some type of addiction. And like she said, it's like being able to even just tap the surface of it and being able to plant the seed, you know, it's to me, it's still enough. Yeah, it's still enough. You know, people will have their own convictions, and that's why they kind of run to drugs or alcohol because you're trying to suppress.
It's easier to deal with.
It's easier to deal with, and it really isn't. So, being in this particular field, and now I'm starting to understand, you know, what it is that you're doing and where you're coming from, and how you're bringing it all together. Being a light in this world, shining like a light worker.
I love it. I knew it.
Be mindful too that it's hereditary also. Addiction is hereditary.
Yep.
I know. You know, and it's funny because it's not funny, but a long-standing lie. It's not really a joke, but on both sides of my family, like my mother would be like, you know, alcoholism runs heavy on this side, and I'd be like, yeah, all right. And my father's side, my sister would say, you know, everybody was an alcoholic, sis. And like, there's times when I'll be sitting there like, let me check myself to make sure that I'm.
You're like, how many drinks I had today?
Let me make sure I'm not just that I am not just doing this out of need. Like, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're absolutely right.
So I got a question. Would you say that alcoholism, would you think it's a disease?
Addiction is a disease. Addiction is a disease.
Okay.
And also a behavior. You know, so depending on the drug, but majority of them, they affect the part of your brain that regulates self-control. So when you abuse a drug, you constantly damage the part of your brain that regulates self-control. That's why so many people, you'll hear them like say, I want to stop, but they can't.
Right.
Because they have lost the ability to control themselves.
Okay.
And in regards to alcohol, like alcohol is one of the most dangerous drugs because it could kill you if you withdraw. You have to be medically assisted when you withdraw from alcohol.
Get off of it.
Because you can die. So
I want to put the drink down now.
No, I don't see. Listen,
look,
everything is cool in moderation. Like, you know,
absolutely not. This is Monday, and we are sober over there. See why I'm going to drink this. And know that I am not an alcoholic, and that I am open. That I am.
See, one of the reasons why I don't like to say my credentials because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. Like at the end of the day, you can have a drink. People use drinks. It's a cultural
it's all about
thing.
Control.
It's in church. You know, this is how it's. We talk about.
See that? I am loved and I am okay. I'm going to drink this.
We talking about, you know, alcohol, right? Which is normalized in our culture. Like I can remember when I was young, and my aunts and my not really my mother, but I remember my aunts used to send me to the store to get their beers and their cigarettes. And this was before they put, you know, those laws in that you got to be this age to do this and to do that. So around my family, it was a normal thing to be, you know, playing cards and drinking alcohol and partying and having fun. And then, you know, now it's like, you better be careful, man. You might
You have to. You have to. I'm telling you, my mother will say it in a minute. You know, it runs on both sides, and you know. And I sit there like, well, that's fine, but I'm gonna. and I'm going to drink this glass of wine, and I'm gonna enjoy my day because I know that I'm okay. Like I know that I'm okay. Now you catch me a few years from now, and I'll be like, "Gee, I might need to go see somebody because it's a little rough over here." But,
Listen, be careful because
okay.
those are the stories that really hurt my heart. Like I had a client, right? No, seriously, like, and this wasn't with alcohol. Like this was like, say, a lot of people really struggle with leaving nicotine alone, cigarettes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this lady,
yeah, I know.
so this lady, she was struggling with nicotine, and she really wanted to stop. And she used to say, "Oh, I'm gonna go join a group, and I'm gonna do the patch, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that." And no matter how much I set her up with, like, you know, to go to the groups out in the hospital and get the patches and get everything, this went on for like a year. Then she started to come to me, "Oh, my throat hurting. I went to the doctor. He gave me some medication." Then it went to, "Oh, the medication not working. Nobody not helping me." So I asked her, I said, "Have you stopped smoking?" "No, you know, I'm smoking a little bit more now because this is stressing me out." And so I'm like, your medication is not working. You're complaining about your throat, but you won't stop smoking.
Mm-hmm.
A few months later, I don't even think a few, maybe 1 or 2. "Oh, they found something on my esophagus. They're gonna do the X-ray." Then when she came, "Oh, they said they got to take it out."
Mm-hmm.
And this was a year and change in the making, where if she would have did something early, she could have prevented this.
Right.
And most people do that. They get the signs,
Mm-hmm.
and they have the ability to chill or modify, and they don't. And then when it's too late, that's when they want to act.
Try to get some help. Well, I was just saying because I was joking. I don't think I'm an alcoholic, but hey, I need to put this drink up. I don't think I am, but you never.
Like, I hope not. Maybe I should.
Maybe I should regroup. Put the assessment real quick and see.
We're doing assessment.
Never mind, I was joking. Why I was sitting here like,
I'm a social drinker.
I thought I was a social, but maybe not. I mean, this isn't really social. I didn't need this sangria tonight.
And it's just sangria. It's not nothing.
It is just sangria. So listen. So go, because
we're probably about to say the same thing.
Because you know how we do.
Yeah. So. Are you already going to the podcast? Because I
want to know, like, you go.
So does the podcast?
Yeah. Go.
So, like, what's up with the podcast? Is it like similar? Are you talking about stuff similar to what you do in your everyday life, or what are your topics?
So most of the time, my topics be like free range thought. You know, I be thinking about stuff, and then I just ask opinions. If I can't get an opinion on it, then I'll just expound on it myself. Mm-hmm. So what I just try to bring awareness to is like this stuff, you know, that I'm trying to promote. Like, you can't tell me that, you know, you can't find a job or you can't make no money when there's so many opportunities out here to make this money. Like, you just go ahead and be rich, you know. And what I really want to move away from when I do my podcast, I feel like my podcast should be about me and not my profession, you know. So when I speak how I want to speak, it don't come as a shock to nobody.
Right. So when do you come on? Is it certain days of the week, or?
It was I was putting on one every Sunday, and then I fell back from, which I'm mad at myself from. Mm-hmm. So the next one is coming soon. I already have the material for it. I have the opinions and everything, and it's just putting it together. So the next one is coming. Matter of fact, for you guys, I'm gonna get it done this weekend.
Well, thank you. So what was my question? And that's for all three? That's not for all three, right?
What's that?
For the podcast, like you do all three like in one day?
No.
I'm sorry. That's what my you said that you were putting out another one that you were trying to get it done this weekend.
So like when I do the podcast, I haven't been like video recording, so I'll just do the straight up audio, and then I'll upload that too and do a still image video. For the live, that mainly happens like 5 a.m. because I get up at 5 in the morning, and I
Okay.
go walking, and then I just start, talking.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So I probably asked it wrong. So I guess I'm just like, do you put them all out on the same? Do they all happen on the same day? Do they happen at different days?
Different days.
Okay.
Yeah, different days.
Okay. And it's through
Okay.
Facebook Live?
Like one is through live, one is through.
Oh, through Anchor. Okay.
Yeah. So the podcast is through Anchor, Spotify, Google Cast, all those different ones. The Gilbert M Bell Live. I usually do that on Facebook and Instagram at the same time.
Okay.
If it's in the evening, but if it's in 5 a.m, that's just Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
how long have you been in this journey?
As far as the entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
as far as like bringing it all together,
Mhm.
like, I'm probably less than a year old.
Oh, wow.
But as far as like grinding, like, I've been doing this.
You've been doing it for a while.
I've been doing this forever.
And I know I'm probably rewinding a little bit, but this passion, all of this came about from you spending the 4 years in prison, right?
No, so
yeah, that's I'm like, what sparked this? What ignited this in you?
So even when I was grinding, right, I always had a plan. Like I never planned to be in the streets forever.
Okay.
It was just unfortunate that I got knocked, So that was the first time. So the first time I was doing really well with music, and my friend, I have a friend who's in California, and right now he's working with Tiffany Haddish. They just put out
I mean, you ain't tell us nothing about music. Like, hold up.
We up here talking about addiction.
Looking through the bio, like, wait, I don't see anything about
it. We talked about addiction 30 minutes, and why I'm gonna have to go and check.
That's dope, because especially during COVID, people was mad addicted right now, because all you got to do was
I'm gonna have to go and get. I'm gonna take an assessment when it's
program flooded.
Right.
I'm gonna go find me an assessment when I make sure that I'm not a number, y'all. That I'm not a part of it. You'll find me an assessment real quick. But go ahead.
So like it was three of us, and we was doing really well with the music, and and then I got incarcerated, so I was gone for the meantime. He continued to do it. When I came home, it was more about taking care of myself, and like music really wasn't paying the bills. So, I kind of had to go in a different path. And when that wasn't working, then that's when I decided to do some other things, which landed me back in a situation. So I've always made income for myself, whether I was working or not. My first job I got before I was even old enough to work in a barbershop, sweeping floors, and that was with, in the barbershop with the neighborhood drug dealers. So it's like they was arguing over who gonna sweep up the hair. And I was just like, listen, give me $5, I'll sweep this up right now. And it was like, oh, all right, yeah. And just made a job out of it. So, during Hurricane Sandy, I was selling generators, and I ain't got no place to keep no damn generator. Right. So I've always had the hustler's mentality, and I've always wanted to make it to where I don't have to be in the streets to get the money that I need to do different things. So the last time when I did get the situation, I had a nice amount of money saved up, but got enough, and everything went to the lawyer.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you. We definitely appreciate you being on our show tonight. Now, yes, we are serial entrepreneurs ourselves, so we definitely can relate and connect to. Yeah, yes. We definitely can connect and relate to your story, and to be able to want to be in this type of I don't know the words you do, to want to be able to do this type of work. It takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of motivation, and it takes commitment. And I know this has been a part of your passion for such a long time, but to also be like really pushing it this year, what you say is about a year and a half you've been doing it. Yeah. And it's like Exactly. We definitely support you, and we will definitely be pushing the show and also pushing your brand as well.
Now wait, because we never even got into his like how people could contact him, because we talked about addiction for 30 minutes and
It was needed because we got some people watching this show.
We're gonna go and do it in the tea. No, don't worry, because when we when this show is over, me and you, when this show's over, me and you are gonna go. We're gonna stay on here. We're gonna go.
Shoot, I ain't doing no assessment.
You are. We're gonna get this assessment to make sure that we're not about
doing it to hurt your heart.
The 5-year assessment, and you know those assessments be like 0 to 10.
Exactly.
You don't have a problem.
Students take the test. They be like, damn, I'm not surprised. I'm addicted.
10 to 20, borderline addiction. 22 to 30, you should probably see somebody. 32 to 8. This is a done deal.
You are funny. You need to be in a rehab. Check yourself in.
Don't even go see one. Just go right to the center.
It's so true. And even on a college university setting, like just talking to my students alone and just hearing the stuff that they are on, and like they're not on the drugs like we used to be on.
They on everything.
They on some stuff. And don't.
I don't know if y'all got to check out. I just did a training for Narcan. Now Nexon, you know, it's to help a medication used to help reverse the effect of somebody having an opioid overdose. So these young people do not know that they are doing opioids. You know,
exactly.
You ask them, what kind of drug is a Percocet? They're gonna tell you a pill. They're gonna tell you
that's all they say it as. And I would tell my students, like back in the day, like, that's a junkie. Like, you a straight up junkie. Like, they used to have people running testers out on the block with tons of people lined up to get what it is that you taking now. Like, we didn't see like how those drugs affect, especially during our generation. Yeah, like
our age now,
and y'all have no idea. No idea.
I think the biggest shock, and then I'm gonna get into something real quick before we end the show. I want to talk about your brand. I want to talk about your clothing line because we haven't really delved into that. I think the biggest reality of when you do stuff at a younger age and then you get older, you see the effects of it. Like I said, I never really did any. I partied, like I drank, I did weed, but I never did anything, hard.
Hard, yeah.
I was one of the ones that was always afraid of turning into an addict and losing everything. Like that always scared me.
Right.
It kind of saved me from doing anything outside of weed and liquor. But somebody I know, probably it was actually like one of my crushes, the first person that ever gave me a blunt, you know what I mean? And then we came out of high school and we kind of parted ways, because he was kind of out there, but I had the biggest crush on him. And one day I was at my mother's house and he knocked on the door. He never knew where my mother lived. And he knocked on the door and he asked if he could mow her lawn. And I was like, oh, she had somebody to mow. And he was like, are you sure? And the whole time, like he's standing at the door and he was nodding. I was like, yo, I wouldn't let you mow her lawn anyway. Never realizing who it was because he had his head down. And once he lifted his head up and he said, thank you, and we caught eye contact, I was like, oh. And you could see the embarrassment like on his face. And I was like, I was like, she's good. She has somebody. And he was like, all right, well, do you have a couple dollars? And I could tell in his face that he was kind of a little embarrassed because he asked me, but I was like, here, and I usually don't really give out. I usually don't just hand it over, but I was like, here, and I gave him 20. And he walked away, and my heart just broke because I was like, yo, I remember when we was like kids, we were smoking weed. Like, you don't went to the fact that you're naughty, which lets me know that this is not weed. Like, this is some other stuff.
Right.
So it's just really sad. So if you have any type of like addiction and you need help, find it. Just find help. Because it's not, you don't want to be there. Because I'm going to take an assessment when it's so good. Like, you never know. So I want to get into your clothing line really quick because we never really talked about it. We spent 30 minutes talking about addiction, and now you got me sitting here about to take an assessment when the show is over.
Yeah, you good.
Let's talk about your clothing line because you are wearing one of the shirts now. You got a shirt behind you. I want to talk about the picture or the logo. I want to say it looks like a person that's
thinking man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with an afro or like something on your
top of
head.
the world. Let me just, so
It is okay.
Right?
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the concept is that I'm always thinking about how I could make an impact on the world, you know, and that's the whole concept behind
I
the
like
Live
that.
Boss brand. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm running a campaign. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is in October. I just launched a campaign for breast cancer awareness, hashtag Pink Power. And I did that to represent my godmother who I lost to breast cancer, but who was a really big influence on me and a really big support system, even when I was incarcerated. You know, she just always been there for me. So the hashtag Pink Power, that whole campaign is dedicated to her.
Okay.
And 10%, even from all sales forever will be donated to breast cancer awareness.
Okay.
I want to put. Look, I'm like, I need to put that on the tickers
Right,
too.
I see you in there
Hold on.
doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do our positive affirmations before we close out the night?
Yeah, but I still need him to tell us like so. I need to tell us like
Oh yeah, we
where
need your
can
information.
if they want to purchase a T-shirt, if they want to purchase something from your brand, like how can they go about doing it? Not just I don't know if you have a website or anything like that, but sort of give us that information just so we can refer people to you and they can know where to go.
So I have 3 different Instagram accounts, but as far as the link for the Live in the Store, so and I love that my title because it's about perception, and I know people gonna mess it up over time. So that some people gonna call it Live in the Store, some people gonna call it Live in the Store. But it's Live in the Store, but it's a Live Boss brand. So Gilbert M. Bell regular is where you can find the link for the Teespring store, and also in the descriptions of any of my YouTube videos, you can find the link to the Live in the Store.
I also got it running at the bottom of the ticker if you guys can catch that, because I know it'll be coming across the screen kind of quick.
And just real quick before we end, what can we look for in the future from you? I mean, I know you said that you don't want to work for anybody else, like you don't like doing it.
Right.
So everything that you have going on, like where do you want to go? Like, do you just want to run your own business and just do your brand and just do your clothing line, or do you want to open up a big center and run your own substance abuse center? Like, what do you have happening?
So
what are you working for?
eventually everything is going to be incorporated. So you guys know you have a store, you have a podcast, you have a YouTube. That's automatic. Like those, as long as you put the content out there, it goes on automation. So that's what those platforms are going to be. It's just going to be an automated source of income.
Okay.
As far as what I do, I'm about to take the test to get my license in social work. And I still have a lot of time before I'm able to actually create the income in my own practice, because you have to go through a certain amount of time for that. But in the meantime, that's why I tell people, like, come on to my live show, or even if you call me or message me and discuss whatever's going on with you. Like, if people complaining health insurance ain't paying for certain things, and I'm saying, yo, look, here goes some free mental health.
Right.
So, come talk. Like, that's all it is we talking, and you can take the advice if you want to, and it's free. I'm not charging you.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. It's a safe place. Space.
Yeah, and I especially love it because, especially in the African American community, a lot of times we don't want to get help. Like, we try to fix everything. I mean, I'm not saying that religion is a bad thing, because it's not. But we try to fix everything through religion and prayer and everything else. But sometimes you really just need to talk to somebody or just have that outside help.
Right.
that you can physically see to help you actually get to where you have to get to. So respect that. I love what you do. I wish you nothing but success because
Appreciate that.
especially with the addiction ethic. I mean, I know that we joked about it, but it's a lot of us that are walking around here with it and don't even acknowledge it and won't acknowledge it. I'm not.
She's like, I'm not one of them. Look, you see
That
how
was
she dropped
probably
us off, right?
that was probably God
Tell about
telling
you
me
liar.
I'm not one of them.
You just got smited.
I ain't one of them.
you're a bald head lie. A bald head
You
lie.
just got smited.
I did, but I'm not one of those people. But
I ain't one of them.
I'm not one of them. But no, this was a dope show. And one more time, where can people find you at?
Where you can find me at?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, Gilbert M Bell Live, Facebook, Gilbert M Bell Live, or at the Life of Gilbert M Bell, Instagram, Gilbert M Bell Live. Email me at ksacg@gmail.com. So,
I like that. Now, what does KESEX stand for again?
so
Did you tell me that?
this version, or the real version.
I don't know. Well,
So,
on your hat, Gilbert. I don't know what is email and who ain't sending it to?
So, all right. So KSAC is really CASAC, which stands for Credential Alcohol and Substance Abuse Counselor.
Okay.
So me, this is me being hood. This me being hood and flipping it.
At the end.
I was so hyped when I got my credential. You know, I had to put some spin on it.
It's all about brand awareness.
Black people, y'all gotta put it on something. You ain't have to put that G at the end. Come on,
G.
KSACG@gmail, the same way right here. That's how you gonna reach me. KSACG@gmail.
Okay,
Perfect.
all right, cool. Wonderful. So I think she was actually getting into it earlier, but I had kind of cut her off to get into your branding of your clothing. But we do a positive affirmation at the end of each show. They go that cough again. Y'all know this allergy. I do not have COVID. This is my allergy. But it's a positive affirmation. It could be whatever you want it to be. You want to bust a rap, a poem. You want to.
You ain't even gonna do me like that. Man.
I think when you say it, people be sitting there thinking like, it's not
real deep with it, right?
You can look. I steal lines all the time from movies, from songs. I don't.
She gonna sing too.
Like I'm trying to think of a song that I can break down real quick for this one for this episode. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
what you got for us?
With that and
come on, y'all not gonna do that to me. I ain't been in the studio and I don't know how long.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is you could do
the affirmation. Okay, cool. Okay, all right, I got that one.
Just say whatever you want to say.
So I love this one. I use it all the time. The road to paradise starts at hell, right? Like shit don't come easy, and you gotta really push through, your trials and tribulations. You gotta keep it going, keep your head up, because eventually, things are going to get better. It gets greater later. Like, but you have to go through that shit. Like, even as entrepreneurs, as somebody changing their life around, it ain't easy. Like, you have to go through the bullshit to learn, get through the process and evolve. The road to paradise starts at hell.
There you go. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, it was perfect. I'm trying to figure out how I can do this. Look, I'm being the complicated one. How I can say this without it being the extended version. But 2020 has been a mirror for a whole bunch of us, right?
And you can go to hell.
Yeah, it put a mirror to our face, and it's forcing us to really face ourselves and our issues. So I really want everybody to try to really focus on just letting go of whatever the past issues that you have, whatever hurts that you may have, whatever you're holding on to, if it's unforgiveness, if it's some trauma from the past, just start learning to work on ways to really better yourself. Because right now, what we're going through in 2020 worldwide, it's so much going on because I think people are operating at a frequency that is so low. And God, the universe, source, however you want to put it, is really telling us that we have to level up. And our time is now because we have work to do. We have so much work to do. Just like Gilbert is out here shining his light, we all have a purpose to shine our light in some kind of way to help our brothers and our sisters to pull through. So we got to heal, you guys. Let the past go.
Yeah,
go within
tonight.
Do it. I'm telling you, please, because the key to manifesting, and I'm going to leave you with this tip because I ain't going to let all my light worker secrets out unless you come join my community at the Light Worker Society over there on Instagram. The key to manifesting is to stay in your happy place. Find those happy thoughts, those happy feelings. And when you focus on just that alone and keep the negative thoughts out of your mind, you start manifesting the things that you desire. It's just like when you get into a relationship and it's in that honeymoon stage and you all pumped and all of a sudden you got a new job, a new house, a new car, and everything just working out for you. It works the same exact way. Stay in your happy place. Peace. That's it.
Wow. I don't know what to say after that.
Now, what song do we got after that? Because I'm happy.
I don't know, because after that sermon,
I know, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do it, but Spirit was like, gotta talk about it.
I had a whole verse together, but after that sermon you just gave, I'm just going to say this. I know a man that said this before he passed away in March of 97, and he said, "The sky is the limit. If you want it, you can have what you want.
Be what you want."
Yeah. That's all I have to say.
Wow.
Sky is the limit. If you want and be what you want.
We love you
never
guys.
been a focus me. I like that.
Hey.
Besides that.
Hey. All right, y'all. Wonderful show. Thank everybody for sticking around. FYI, DJ Pot has been rocking since we started recording this evening. For some reason, the comments were not coming over. I was trying to follow him on XTY, but I couldn't really do that. And, I keep up. So shout out to DJ Pot for this show and linking us with Gilbert Bell. We appreciate it. This was an excellent show, a dope show. Remember, if you need help, just get it. Just go get help. And it's been a beautiful night. I'm T-Ann.
And I'm T Price. Ayoka. I'm sorry, baby. I'm a yoker. I'm a yoker right now.
Pass the price. We had passed the price 10 minutes ago. And who else do we have tonight?
And Gilbert M. Bell live. I appreciate everything. Thank you, ladies. I really enjoyed what y'all doing. Please keep supporting these Black entrepreneurs, these people coming up. Like your show is so dope. I binge watched.
You did. Wait a minute, and don't hang up because we about to end this broadcast. You better not be lying either. You really watch your show?
I already spit mad facts to you. Come on, don't do me like that.
Thank you. And it's been a beautiful show. All right, y'all.